Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Defensive, and we're going to talk today about switching cryopods. This is just going to be a short tutorial. I see this question all the time across Reddit and the forums and all that, so we're going to go ahead and just show this real quick. As you can see, if I zoom in on my cryopod, it says authorized, correct? This cryopod is my current spawn. And it's important to note that whichever cryopod says authorized is your default respawn cryopod. This is where I will respawn. It's authorized to me. If I show you the other two cryopods in this life pod, as you can tell, I just fresh started about 30 seconds ago. These two cryopods both say locked. They do not say authorized. See? Locked, not authorized. This cryopod in my CQM, my default, my respawn cryopod, my assigned cryopod, cannot be unlocked. I can't unlock this. Click it all day. It won't unlock it. That's because this is my spawn cryopod. I can't unlock my spawn. If I go back over here, back to these two, as I sprint around without a suit on, naked, running around my station, I could unlock both of these. These can both be unlocked. When you're switching your cryopod, you're going to go ahead and unlock immediately one of the cryopods. Whichever cryopod you want to respawn at, if it's not even in your station, if it's somebody else's station or a support module, somewhere else you want to respawn, you're going to go ahead, unlock it right away. You're going to hit the assign button. As you can see, it says authorized. This is now my default spawn. This is where I will respawn from now on. If I go back to my CQM, I didn't do anything to that respawn, that pod. However, this now says locked. It is no longer my respawn. I can unlock this now. That's how you are certain that it's not your default spawn. Of course, if I hit assign again, oh, now this is authorized. It says authorized. This is, of course, now again my respawn point. I can go ahead and hit unlock all day. It won't do anything. Now my default spawn. Going back over here. I can, of course, do the same again. This says locked. One is not assigned. If it's not assigned and I hit assign, this is now assigned to me. Nobody else can use it. And it says authorized. This is my default spawn. That's how you do it. This is how you switch your spawns. You can, of course, confirm on your nav map, although it's important to note that you have to log out and log back in before it will show up on your nav map as your respawn point. Let's say the CQM over here used to be my spawn. This is my spawn now. Let's say that CQM is not attached to the station. Let's say it's, at a moon or something, and this is, at Bethier or something. That will still show as my default spawn on my nav map until I relog. Once I relog, this lifeboat, assuming that the CQM is not here, will show as my new spawn point. Of course, you can always just get in it to be sure. Of course, you can get into a cryopod that is yours. You can't get into a cryopod that's not yours. And I know a lot of people who like to just get in their cryopod just to be certain that this is their respawn, and then get back out right away. Generally, I like to have the other cryopod as my default respawn. I usually do this because I don't usually have CQMs on my station always. And from this cryopod, you can see this this little screen here, which will show you if somebody has rated you, if you have no air quality and no pressure, and then at least you know while you're in your cryopod. Of course, I'm going to hit F. I cannot get in this cryopod. It's locked, but it is not authorized to me as my default spawn, so I can't get in there. And of course, if you have a suit on, even if you have a gun or something, and all sorts of random stuff, you can still get into your cryopod fine and all that. I will show you a nice little trick in a moment here, something that I have found that most people don't actually know about. But if you were just looking at how to switch cryopods, you're pretty good. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time in other tutorials and gameplay videos. Thanks a lot. If you are still here, I'm going to go ahead and run back over to my CQM real quick. There's this little extra tidbit of information that is not entirely necessary, but you can actually open this panel. This panel, there's a secret little compartment behind here. And to do that, of course, you need to be authorized to this, so I'm going to go ahead and reauthorize myself real fast to this cryopod. If you get into this cryopod, and this is only cryopods and CQMs, so in crew quarters modules or these captains little modules, whatever you want to call them. This module is the only one with a cryopod with access to that secret panel, obviously. And as you can see in this cryopod, there's this little button. Button, if you press it, I pressed it, nothing happened. Well, something did happen, but you can't see it in here. So after you press this button, you're going to go ahead and get back out of your cryopod. And if you intend to keep your CQM, which some people do, some people don't. Sometimes I'll keep it if I have a base that I know no one can find. I'll go ahead and keep that. Now that I've pressed this button, I'm going to go ahead and go out here, and lo and behold, we have our little secret compartment here. And of course, rename these whatever you want, and open them up. They're going to be default boxes, so your power parts, your power parts, and your. I guess there's no CO2 filter box. I think it does respawn sometimes. I'm not 100% sure. But of course, to close that, you just go back in your cryopod, you hit the button, close it back up, and you are good to go. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to leave a subscribe and a like, and I will catch you next time in future videos. Thank you so much. Have a great day.